गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स, मैं डॉक्टर वी के मिश्रा आपके सामने मैं प्रेजेंट कर रहा हूं मिस पीवी सिंधु और डॉक्टर एस के त्यागी का इंटरव्यू। डॉक्टर एस के त्यागी इंडिया के लीडिंग गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजिस्ट हैं और फिल्म एक्टर हैं। उन्होंने जो पीवी सिंधु का इंटरव्यू लिया उसके कुछ अंश में आपके सामने पेश कर रहा हूं।
2012, you had broken into the top 20 of the World Badminton Federation. When did you start dreaming of the World Badminton Championship? When did that moment of glory start coming in your dreams? You know, when you'd come back from a tournament, I'm going to break that.
Well, in 2012, after the Olympics, I play in one of the tournaments. I played with a Olympic winner. Her name is Li Zuri from China, and I beat her. So, I mean, at that moment, that was like a breakthrough moment for me. And that's when I thought, if she can do it, then why can't I? So that was the moment I thought for myself that, even I can do it. But it is going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline to get to that level. And I just kept working hard. And I mean, it's never easy. I know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's all part and parcel of life. But I think the belief and the hope that you need to have, I kept dreaming about, becoming a champion, wanting to get a medal at Olympics, becoming a world champion. And when I got that, I think I felt really very happy because, when you achieve something and when you come back, you don't look back and you don't regret anything. I'm sure there are a lot of sacrifices. There are a lot of ups and downs in life.
That I'm going to talk about. At the age of 17, you were dreaming of an Olympic gold. At the age of 17, we were all trying to get into a medical college. So, our aims have been rather different. Not many would know Sindhu's sister is a doctor, is a gynecologist. And in one of the interviews, she said, thank God I didn't become a doctor. And she said that when she saw her sister working very hard studying. So I believe you were good at studies, but why did it bother you that you had to study more if you became a doctor? You think doctors work harder than you?
Well, I think every profession is the same. I mean, everybody should work hard at the end of the day. And, initially when I was really young, I wanted to become a doctor, but, I just jumped into sports and that was my passion. I wanted to become a badminton player. But now when I look back, I just tell myself that, okay, there's some doctor, in the family. So yeah, my sister, as you said, is a gynecologist. And of course, everything is hard. I mean, badminton, sport, studies, becoming a doctor or engineer, I think every profession is hard.
I know it's not only hard, but I think even the most menial of professions needs to be done well.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter. Most people envy fame. We just don't realize how much hard work goes into it. I believe you traveled 50, 60 kilometers every day to practice from the time you were very young. Tell us about the very early phases of your training and what hard work that was.
We used to stay in Secunderabad earlier. So, initially there was a railway ground just 2 kilometers away. So I just played for a year or two over there. And then, in the tournaments, the other coaches have seen me and they said, why don't you bring her to LB Stadium? And from there, we used to go to LB Stadium. My dad used to take me every single day. And then initially from there, everybody shifted to Gachibowli, which was really far. So then my dad and mom used to work at railways, and it was really hard for them at that point of time because taking me so far and then coming back and then, me going to school and coming back again evening. So at the very beginning, they were like, okay, let's see, or, let's just give it a try, or let's go for 1 or 2 days in a week. But then I was very stubborn and I was like, I wanted to go every single day because all my friends were, going to Gachibowli and practicing there. So I wanted to go, but then my dad was like, okay, let's see how it goes. And then we were going every day in the morning and evening. So at that point of time, my sessions used to start at 5:30 in the morning. So we had to leave very early and from 5:30 until 7:30, and then I used to come back again, and then he used to drop me at school, and then he used to go to office, and then he used to come back from office again, take me back from school, and then we used to go for practice again at Gachibowli. So that was almost for more than 5 years. And then at some point of time, I think the sacrifices that they have done. Firstly, I think, because of them, I'm here today. I'm saying this because for my sake, we had to shift our house nearby to the academy so that, it would be easy for me, so that it wouldn't be so tiring, because sleep and diet is very important for an athlete. So we shifted nearby to the academy, and my mom and dad gave VR to their jobs, and when my dad travels with me every single day, and he watches my sessions, he watches my practice sessions, and then my mom is always ready with the food. She cooks food for me because diet is very important, and that's how it all started, and it's going on still, on and on.
Does Diva feel left out?
Well, no, I think, we have 7 years of age difference. So she's older than me. And when I was really young, she's like a second mother, because, there was a really big gap. And when I used to go to school and when I was really young, couple of times I used to not get the rhymes, or, whatever the teachers teach me, I used to not learn. So she used to feel really bad that, that my sister isn't getting it. And she used to, in fact, teach me every day morning, this is how it is. So I think those small things means a lot at the end of the day. And when I lose, equally she feels bad, and she's like, it is okay, and she understands. I think as a sister, I share everything with her, and I think that bond will always remain the same. So she also has done a lot of sacrifices where, she studied in Gandhi Medical College, and every time I lose, every time I win, she's always there for me no matter what. Yeah.
You use the word obstinate for yourself. I believe at the age of 8, when you lost a game, you cried and you insisted that the game be played all over again because you thought you can win. Is that true?
Yeah. So we had a couple of tournaments, ranking tournaments within India. And of course, when I was young, even now when I lose, I cry at times. But back then, when I lost a match, I wanted to play it again. I was crying and I was standing near the referee saying that, no, I want to play it again, which is not possible. But my dad was like, no, it's over, next time it is fine. But I still insisted to play that match again. But at the end of the day, you can't play a match once you've lost.
So when you remember that, you give yourself a smile and you remember all those tears, and you now smile and you laugh at it.
Yeah, I think it's really nice, the journey that I've come so far, and there have been lots of ups and downs, and I've learned a lot, I've experienced a lot. So I think this is all an experience which will take us to another level.
Another cliche question: which Indian badminton player inspired you the most?
Well, there are a lot, because I've seen Prakash sir's matches, and a lot of them.
You saw them live?
No. I've seen them.
The replays.
Yeah. So I think every player has a different skill, and different mind game and different style of play. So it's always nice to watch matches and learn different things from them. So that's what I feel, because being a player, every player, every athlete has a different skill. So, it's really good.
From Mehboob Ali to Gopi Chand to now Pakti Singh, when you change a coach, what all do you have to change along with it? Because a coach really is not just training your technique, he's also training your mindset. There are a lot of things that happen, and you would be at the best position to tell me, because all these three have been poles apart.
Yeah.
So changing coaches, like we have a lot of teachers and things like that. So changing coaches, what do you have to unlearn when you change a coach?
So I would not say there's much to unlearn, but you will learn a lot more, and you will learn different things from every coach. Yes, my first coach was Mehboob Ali, and then Muhammad Ali. And then there were a lot of coaches like Govardhan sir and Arif sir and Gopi sir and a coach from Indonesia called Mulyo. And, again from Korea, there was another lady coach and now Mr. Park. Yes. So I've changed a lot of coaches, and I think it's always good to know a lot more things from different coaches, because, as I mentioned earlier, every coach has a different style of play, different thinking, and obviously it will take some time to understand, because I think a player and a coach's relationship should be in such a way that a coach must understand what's going on the player's mind when she's playing on court and what's happening, because as a coach sitting behind her, he might say a few things, but there are times where in a very crucial moment, as a coach, he needs to change the strategy in such a way that player must understand what needs to be played. If plan A doesn't work, immediately you need to have a thinking, okay, what is next, what's plan B? So yes, as an athlete, changing coaches, it might take some time, but I think it is always good to learn new things from new coaches, because I think for me, um, from Mulyo, from Gopi sir, from Mehboob Ali sir, I've learned a lot, I've experienced a lot. Maybe if it doesn't work, we discuss with the coach and we plan it accordingly, what needs to be done, and we change it accordingly. But I think so far, none of the coaches has changed my game drastically in terms of skill or strokes. But I think, yeah, mindset has definitely changed, how to play and what needs to be done, and how you need to exactly change on court, off court. So yeah, those are the few things when it comes to strategy.